Okay guys, I show you a quick deck profile of my cubic deck. So we start with Dusha, the cubic vessel. Dusha is one of the most important cards in the deck. You can, if you summon him, normal or special summon, you can send any cubic card you want to the graveyard, and that is pretty amazing. Second, we have Wisham, the Cubic Seed. This card can't be destroyed by battle, and if your opponent attacks Wisham, you can put him in a spell and trap card zone and put a cubic counter on your opponent's monster and negate all the effects, and it can't attack. Yeah, it's pretty decent. These two cubics are the only one you can normal summon or special summon without any special condition. Next, we have Crimson Nova, the Cubic Lord. This is basically the boss monster, the main boss monster. You know, he's amazing. You can special summon him by revealing 3 different cubic cards in your hand, and he can attack twice, and on every end turn you and your opponent take 3000 points burn damage. That's pretty awesome. Perhaps sometimes it kills yourself, but yeah. And of course he's unaffected by your opponent's monsters card effects. Well, next one we have Summon a Monk. Summon a Monk is one of the base enchants in this deck. You know, if you have Dusha in your hand, in the start hand, and you have Summon a Monk, you can just discard one of your spells, and you have a lot of them in there, and summon Dusha, and then send Cubic Karma to the grave. And yeah. So next we have a few different cubic names. We have Dark Garnex, we have Vulcan Draghi, we have Gyra Grill, I guess, and Indoria Doom, the cubic monarch. He's really amazing. Look at this artwork, it's really amazing. And Buster Grandil. And this card is really important. After 100 plays in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, I can say that this card really won some matches. Sometimes he's better than Crimson Nova, because he doesn't kill you. He doesn't have burn damage, but he can attack 3 times. And if he's destroyed by card effects or by battle and sent to the grave, you can summon 3 Wisham right from the grave. That's pretty amazing. That's really awesome, because you have a really good defense then, because these can't be destroyed by battle. Well, let's continue with base stuff. Okay, we have 3 times Foolish Burial Goods, and this card is really important in this deck because it has the same effect like Dusha almost, so you can send any spells to the graveyard or traps, and that is pretty amazing. So next one, it's probably the best card in the deck. So next we have Cubic Karma. And Cubic Karma is really probably the best card in the deck. You can equip any cubic monster except Wisham by sending 1 or more from these from a hand or a deck to the graveyard, and the monster gains 800 attack for each. And if you send this card to the graveyard by Foolish Burial Goods or by Dusha, you can banish it, and then you can add any cubic monster Um, yeah, any cubic monster from your deck to your hand, and this is really important to get Crimson Nova out. Really important, or to make some with case. Anyways, next one is Cubic Wave. And Cubic Wave is also one of the most important cards in the deck. This card is awesome when you have it in hand or in the grave. It doubles your cubic monster's attack and half your opponent's monster, and after you use this card it goes to the graveyard, and when it's on graveyard you can banish it with any number of cubic monsters you want and put a cubic counter on your opponent's monster, so you can negate all the effects and it can attack. So next one we have traps here. This is unification of the cubic lords. This is your main polymerization for Trinity Nova, but over 100 games I just used it one time to summon Trinity Nova, because its second effect is almost better. If this card is on a graveyard and a cubic monster gets destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish it and summon one level 4 or lower cubic monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. And no, wait, the part was wrong. Just ignore his summoning conditions, and that's really good. After that I show you some of the combinations that are possible. Cubic Mandala. This card was also used in the movie Dark Side of Dimensions by Agami, but this one in my actually deck on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro I've put it out because it has a good effect if you can target any number of monsters in the graveyard of your opponent that being destroyed this round by battle or something else, and that sometimes honestly it doesn't happen. But anyways, next one we have Cubic Rebirth. We have 2 copies of this in there. Cubic Rebirth is really amazing if you have no monsters on the field and your opponents attack you directly. You can put a cubic counter on the attacking monster, and for example, if he attacks you directly with Blue Eyes, you can put a counter on the Blue Eyes, and he has to summon as much Blue Eyes dragons as possible from his deck, and also you can put a counter on these and they can't attack, and their effects are negated. So on last one we have Dimensional Barrier. This is just one of the in the actual metagame it doesn't have such an relevance. Maybe I've put it out. So and I have some generic spells that I have in this deck. I just want to show you for because these are just generic stuff, so you can change them like ever you want. I have Galaxy Cyclone, but I actually replaced it for Twin Twisters, two copies of Twin Twister. I have Soul Charge, pretty amazing card. I have Everlasting Nightmare or Eternal Nightmare. It's pretty awesome in this deck because also your Crimson Nova or Visham and perhaps all of the bigger monsters in this deck, they have 0 defense and are dark monsters. So pretty awesome. One for all, one for one. You can discard one monster in your hand and special summon a monster with rank 1. Pretty good if you wanna get Visham on the field. Then I have Lightning Vortex, better than Raigeki because you can discard one card, and that is really important in this deck because sometimes you have these cards in your hand like Cubic Karma or Cubic Wave, and you just don't want to. You want to have them in your grave. And last but not least, we have Crimson Nova Trinity. 3 copies, but you will never use him, even if he's the best card in the deck, and really, yeah, a badass. Well, okay, I just show you a short combination stuff. Well, it's like one of the best hands you can have, like the best start hands. We start off with you summon the Monk, and he automatically changed to defense. Then you can discard 1 spell card to the grave and summon 1 level 4 monster. In this case, it's always Dusha. It's always Dusha. When Dusha is normal summon, you can send another spell to the grave, another Cubic Karma. Then you can banish these 2 and take Cubic cards to your hand. Doesn't matter what. So you can well, for most cases, pick up your Crimson Nova if you don't have him in your hand, and other targets are 1 Dusha again, because then you can do the same stuff again. And sometimes I really experienced that it's better if you use this combination. It's better if you send Cubic Wave to the graveyard, just because to be safe. You know, this machinery is running on itself, but if you go first, it's probably best if you put this one to the grave, because this is really good for protection. If your opponents destroy your board, you can use this one in the second round to put some counters on this monster and save your life points. Guys, in some cases, some scenarios, this is really important. This was my first Cubic deck. My actual Cubic deck looks a little bit different, so I have found Twin Twister in it, and I have Allure of Darkness in it to get some draw power, and I have Hand Destroy in it. These cards I didn't show you guys because this is generic stuff that has no really use in this deck. I tried it many times, so the idea was with Cure Bandit to, if you summon him at the end of the turn, he's sent to the graveyard, and you can discard 5 cards from your deck. And I thought this would be pretty amazing because you need the most cards in this deck you need on a graveyard, and so he's also some kind of a draw power because he's speeding up the deck, and this is one of the main problems in this deck, the speed, because it's really slow at all. So Galaxy Cyclone, I first misread the card text, so I thought you can destroy 1 Swallow Trap card, and if it's on a grave, next turn you can destroy another one. Basically, it is true, but you have to destroy 1 set Spell and Trap card. In the actual game, almost nobody plays traps set on a field. This guy, Unification of the Cubic Lords, actually I have 3 copies of it in my actual deck because this card is pretty amazing. And yeah, and Foolish Burial Goods, I tried first with 2 copies, but run now with 3 because it is most important to get these Cubic cards on the graveyard. This is the main engine, you know, and yeah, use it or lose it. That's it, pretty much it. So yeah, I hope I give you some ideas of cubics, and if you have any ideas to make this deck better, just let me know in the comments below. So thank you guys.